In 1948, the modern state of Israel came into being, and with it, the displacement of Palestinians and the launch of the Israeli settlements, more or less. It is now 2025. The settlers have been there for generations, taken root, and built homes and families. The same is true on the opposite side of the spectrum. Yes, at one time, thousands of years ago, this land was the home of the ancient Kingdom of Judea, Israel and Judah, and the ancestral land of the Jews. No one disputes that. Not seriously. But in that time period since, historically, the land was never empty. It wasn't once Rome destroyed Jerusalem, once Rome destroyed the temple, it wasn't like they just evacuated the entire land. People remained. Not only Jews, but also Arabs, Syrians, Romans, Byzantines, and even Western Europeans from the Crusades, in addition to people descended from the original Canaanites, already there, also settled there and blended in some part to become the people we know as the Palestinians. This land has been continuously occupied for the last 2,000 years, long before the modern state of Israel came into being. They too, all of these people, took root in that land and built homes and families that have been there for generations. Even if, as some dubious stories of their origins of the Palestinians say, that they are descendants of Arab workers from the early 20th century, they've still made their homes there now for generations. In North America, slaves were brought over from Africa and forced to work on plantations. It was a horrible violation and crime against those people, as was the breeding of them like livestock. The United States and North America in general has, they have their own atrocities on their hands. Hundreds of years from when it started, their descendants have also built homes and families. Many of them are of mixed race, with their ancestors slave owners, and almost none have ties with their ancestral African communities. There is in our nature the desire for reparations for ancestral wrongs, the desire to avenge the wrongs done to our ancestors and to make things right. We feel guilty for what our ancestors did, or enraged for what someone else did to our ancestors. We see this on both sides of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. We see it in the movements for reparations and even the misguided historic attempts at repatriation for the descendants of former American slaves. We also see it in the same attempts on behalf of the various Native American tribes who were badly mistreated by the U.S. government. What Vladimir Putin is doing in Ukraine and with the former Soviet republics can even be seen as, in his mind, trying to avenge and make things right for the beloved country of his birth, the USSR. The problem, however, is that, like with what happened with the human race in Eden, there is no going back. There is no making things right for what happened in the past. Any attempts at doing so in the name of long-dead people who were wronged only hurts the people who are living now, who had nothing to do with the original violation. Another example might be persecuting the Jewish people living today for what the Judean religious leadership did to Jesus 2,000 years ago, when those living today had nothing to do with it. I mean, seriously, that's like holding the Italians responsible for the conquest of Germany by Rome. It's ridiculous. Yet another would be Muslim anger toward Western Christians for the Crusades, and Western Christian anger towards Muslims for their historic conquests. Love, as the scriptures teach it, lets go. It keeps no account of wrongs. It does not live in the past. It does not seek vengeance. It exists in the here and now and deals with what is and not with what was. Love doesn't see the wars that were fought hundreds of years ago or the atrocities committed by those people. It only sees the child, the family, the mother, the father, the siblings. That is, it only sees the people who are here now, today, as its direct objects. Love does not care what a Palestinian family's great-grandparents did 80 years ago. Love does not care what an Israeli settler's great-grandparents did 80 years ago. Love does not care what dead slave owners did 200 years ago. Neither does love care what Muslims did in the past, or Europeans, or Americans, or black people, or Hispanic people. Love holds nothing against the modern Japanese for what their great-grandparents did during World War II, or for the United States dropping the bomb on Japan in 1945. Love keeps no record of wrongs done and does not punish the children for the offenses of the parents. If we go far enough back, everyone on this earth is a descendant of someone who committed some heinous atrocity against another person or group of people. Love does not hold that against them. This is a hard subject to talk about without it not coming off wrong. But as disciples of Jesus Christ, we must practice the letting go of what was, no matter how egregious, and love the person and people that are right here and right now in this moment. We must respect the right of the Palestinian to live at peace in his own home without fear for his life, and the same right of the Israeli settler. We must allow people to move on with their lives in peace, and not tie the sins of their ancestors to them like chains. We must love the person in front of us as he is right now, not as his ancestor was.